Welcome to Hoffman's Hunting Heritage. Load your quiver, camo up, and join us for another great episode of Outdoors Action. Here is your host, Bill Hoffman.
Hello and welcome back to Hoffman's Hunting Heritage. I've got a brand new show for you guys this week. This week's show, all about broadheads, but not broadheads in general. I'll rant on that later. I want to specifically talk about VPA broadheads. That's Vantage Point Archery out of Indiana, U.S.-made company, U.S.-made product. I've got on the line Mitchell Hazley and Jeff Miller from VPA. How's it going, my guys?
It's going well. Good. Thanks for having us.
Hey, man, I want to thank you guys for taking time out of your busy day to come and talk to little old me. I am one of your customers. I have purchased your broadheads this year. I am rocking the 2-blade 175 grain double bevel with my longbow this year. So what I want to do is kind of talk to you guys about, you know, who you are as a company, what VPA stands behind, what kind of products you make, why you keep it in-house, American-made, and just all that general good stuff. So if one of you guys will give us a rundown real quick on what is VPA Archery.
Well, VPA, like you mentioned before, stands for Vantage Point Archery. So we've been in the archery industry now for close to almost about 15 years. And really the idea and kind of the passion behind a lot of the products that we make and are currently making right now has come from, you know, Jeff's mindset when we first started. So it kind of was on the basis of, you know, finding a product on the market that was, you know, indestructible and could be used over and over again. And, you know, at that time in the industry, there really wasn't such a standard for broadheads or archery equipment in general. So kind of having mostly a machining background and obviously some passion for archery and bow hunting in specific, you know, we kind of utilized a lot of our machines that we had for, you know, running other jobs and, you know, running other parts for other industries in general. And kind of started with just, you know, a design of, you know, one broadhead at the start and tested it, you know, kind of put it through its course and kind of handed a couple others out to, you know, family and friends. And, you know, at that point, you know, Jeff and some of the owners of the company at that time, really thought, you know, hey, we have a pretty nifty product here that, you know, not only we could probably utilize, but also put out on the market there. And so that's kind of how the start of VPA came to be.
Yeah, that's really cool. Now, Jeff, were you an outdoorsman, and that's kind of what just made you build a better mousetrap when it comes to broadheads?
Yeah, I've always been fond of the outdoors, spending time in the outdoors, hunting and fishing and everything. And so it kind of just was a hobby, and it kind of just grew into a business, being a hunter and looking to make your own product, make it better. So that's kind of where that came from.
That's awesome. Have you guys always been there in Indiana?
We have. So, like I mentioned before, on the manufacturing side, there's actually like 2 pool buildings in the back of the owners' houses. So only a few machines, and you know, kind of started slow, kind of got more and more clientele, and then from that point to today, you know, we're close to where the Fort Wayne International Airport is now. Here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And we have about a 20,000 square foot facility with, you know, close to 30, 40 machines, you know, a dozen plus employees here, that we really have been able to kind of take it from a first stage, you know, very small, business level to now being an international company as well. So
Yeah, that's incredible. Now, you guys might not actually know this, but aside from doing the whole hunting podcast thing, I'm actually a professional touring comedian. And I come through Indiana quite often. So next time I'm coming through, I'll let you guys know and make sure you guys get some free passes to my show.
Excellent. I know we used to have the Snickers Comedy Club. I think there's a couple other clubs now here in town, too, that that we have to offer. But yeah, we'll definitely take you up on that.
Yeah, it's not too many guys wearing camouflage talking about hunting on stage. I'm definitely one of them. But no, that's really cool. So did VPA start with the 2-blade? Did it start with a 3-blade? Did they come out about the same time? What was the genesis of your idea there?
Well, we actually started with a 3-blade, more along the line of a 3-to-1 ratio on cutting width and length. And we pretty much started with the 3-blade, and then we just grew from there, going with different sizes, now 100 grain to 300 grain. And then after about 5 years of doing that, we just come up with the 2-blade, and it did the same thing, just different weights, and just keeps growing.
Yeah, I think we have now currently close to almost 60 different SKUs. So our SKUs or our product lines range from 2-blade to 3-blade, vented series, non-vented. We have turkey-specific broadheads. We have small game thumpers for, smaller game. And so we've really kind of expanded and, are now even starting to get into some utilizing different materials in our processing.
Different materials. I'm guessing. No, I've been on your website real quick. Give everyone, what is your website? How can they find out more info about you?
Yeah, if anybody out there wants to find out more information on VPA, who we are, what we stand for, and some of the products that we carry, they can check out our website. So it's V as in Vantage, P as in point, and then archery.com. So vparchery.com. And this a couple of years ago, we kind of revamped our website. So it's kind of a more sleek look, and it obviously showcases all of our products on there. Like I said, gives a little bit of history about who we are. And then also, we are working with close to 60 now dealers around the world. So if anybody's looking to, find a dealer that's close to them that also carries our product, you can also jump on there to check that out too.
Yeah, and when you go onto their website, one of the first things you're going to see is these new materials that Mitchell was talking about. Stainless steel, huh, boys? Yeah,
so this is something that we showcased at the last ATA show. With everything, in the business world, if you're not, developing and kind of, reinventing yourself in some regards, then you're kind of trailing, the other competitors or the industry as a whole. So, like Jeff mentioned, pretty much each year we've been bringing out new designs or new grain weights, new different products that we will showcase. And this year really has been about that stainless steel. So, there's trade-offs with everything. Obviously the great part about stainless steel, is, the durability and maintenance ease. So, not needing to worry about, rust with your broadheads. I know is important for a lot of groups and customers out there. And so we kind of wanted to bring that into the market and showcase, some of the other steels that we can work with too.
Yeah, now I have not gotten my hands on any of your stainless steel heads. However, I have shot, actually I can't even say I've shot, I've played with other brands' stainless steel heads in the past, and my knock always was on them that I found them harder to sharpen than, say like a traditional, Rockwell hearted head, kind of like, your heads I shoot. Is that just me, or is that just the nature of the beast with stainless?
That's one of the trade-offs, using carbon steel versus stainless steel. It doesn't have the carbon content that stainless or the carbon steel does. So the carbon steel is easier to sharpen. You can get them harder when they go to heat treat. But like I say, the advantage of stainless is pretty much corrosion resistant if you're hunting in wet weather and stuff. So
going to have a more durable edge.
It doesn't really have a more durable edge. It just pretty much more corrosion resistant.
Okay.
But the carbon steel, I mean, you can get it a higher Rockwell and through heat treat. So carbon steel actually will hold a better edge than the stainless steel, but it's just an option for customers if they want to use stainless so they hunt in wet weather a lot or something.
And I'll go ahead and just put it out there. You guys don't have to say it, but there's something sexy about stainless steel, the way it just shines. It just looks nice. Get that mirror finish on it.
Oh, yeah, no, of course. I mean, there's a lot of products out there, that, you want it to look nice as well. So when you have that, metallic finish on there and it shines, and the weight of the product in your hand it's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, and I'm not. That's not me knocking your guys' black broadheads, because I think they just look like death on the end of a stick. I think they're absolutely awesome. One of the things that impressed me was the factory grind on your heads. So often you get heads that come in the mail, or you get them at the store, and they might be sharp, they're not hunting sharp. And maybe I'm a little bit picky. I found that your guys' heads out of the package, they didn't need any sharpening. They needed a little stropping. I had to just hit them with a strop real quick, and oh my gosh, they were ready to go. Do you guys put a lot of time and thought into that? Because you know that we're going to sharpen our heads, especially the kind of customer that's buying heads from you is definitely probably the kind of customer that can sharpen his own heads. But I like that you guys put the time and effort into making sure that they could kill out of the package.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you kind of mentioned, different customers, specifically kind of our niche market is definitely in our opinion, is the hunter, that is well educated. They kind of know what they want, as far as broadhead goes. They've done their research a lot of times. And so, one is the expectations of what you get out of the package, and then us kind of knowing also that the customer is going to most likely resharpen it. But, Jeff, and I know his crew that, does all the manufacturing of our products. I mean, it really is a time element to handcraft pretty much each and every broadhead that we ship out. So, all of our products are machined, CNC precision machined. So there's, several operations that go into actually just getting it to, its raw metal form. And then, as Jeff kind of mentioned, there's whole other outsourcing processes that we do where it's heat treated. If it's, a carbon tool steel, then it goes through coating, comes back to us where we spin test every single product that leaves our facility. And then you mentioned, what we're kind of dwelling on here is the sharpening of it. So we have, different fixtures and, pretty much a manual operation where we sharpen each and every head. And, we've kind of perfected it over the years so that we can do it, a little bit quicker, than somebody that would, just have our product at their residency. But, you're exactly right. I mean, we take a lot of pride and passion in, making sure that every single head that goes out, cause we do make a lot of heads throughout the year. So, I mean, I think sometimes, companies get complacent and, they're just trying to put product in people's hand and they really don't care about the quality, but that's definitely something that we're passionate about.
Well, not only that, but you go with companies that are having them drop shipped and manufactured overseas and stuff. Those edges might be great coming off the line when those guys are over there visiting where their heads are made. But as soon as they walk out the door, who the hell knows what happens? And you guys keeping it all in-house is, I think, a big key to, why you're seeing the success you are, but also why guys like me really appreciate the work that goes into your product. Now, you mentioned it's almost as if we had an itinerary of things I want to mention, but you said it before I could get it out. You brought up spin testing. Now, here's what I found with your guys' product is every single head that I have bought from you spin tests perfectly. Like, as perfect can get. And I go through quite a few heads, and I went through a lot. And I don't really do sponsorships or anything like that on the show. In that way, I can give my ideas. If I'm not sponsored by anyone, I can give my honest opinion, right? So I know you guys probably aren't going to knock competitors by name, but I bought some heads. Let's just say they were green, and it started with a Z. No, I bought some Zwickies, and of course you get what you pay for. I understand that they were $17 for 3 of them. I bought 9 heads, and 2 of them spun. 2 out of 9. That's just ridiculous, right? That's just bad. Now, can I reprofile those heads, and do I have enough experience to get them flying right? Yeah, but guess what? I can buy VPA, screw them in, and go down the road good to go because you guys have already done the work. And from a customer aspect, I wanted to say thank you for that.
Well, we appreciate that. I know Jeff can kind of talk a little bit more on, kind of how we process stuff, but you're exactly right. I mean, we're trying to take as little, work out of the customer's element as possible. So, making sure, like you mentioned before, they're sharp right out of the pack. Everything's tested with grain weights. Everything's tested with, accuracy of flight and, the profile of the head and, us spin testing every single product. But, Jeff kind of has a little bit maybe more insight on, some of the processes that we do based on the precision machining side of it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really need to break it down from that much of an aspect. I just want to say that you guys are taking that next step, that you guys are doing the things that are necessary to send out the quality that you do. Jeff, when you hit the woods this fall, which one of your heads are you going to be rocking?
I usually use the 250 grain 3-blade for deer around here and whitetail. Got my bow set up for that and all tuned for that. And I like a heavier broadhead on the end for the momentum, but I just kind of stick with the 3-blade 250 grain for most everything that I hunt. I
also know I'm speaking to an educated man when he says momentum and not kinetic energy. I think you may be my spirit animal.
There you go.
No, that's awesome. Yeah. Looking through their catalog, guys, when you go to their website, everything's listed, 2-blade, 3-blade, vented, non-vented, their turkey, their small game thumpers. And then as I was looking at it, I did see another thing that I didn't realize you guys were all into. You guys are selling some risers, huh?
Yeah. Obviously from the initial, start of our company and kind of putting out that first broadhead, we're first and foremost, mostly a broadhead company. But we've, kind of gotten into the last several years, and we've actually seen some pretty significant increases in our sales the last year or 2 years with our ILF risers. So, this is a one-piece aluminum machined riser, and I don't know, Jeff, did you want to maybe give a little bit more insight on that?
It's all weatherproof. Everything's stainless steel on it. That we have the limb bolt inserts are stainless steel, so you can adjust your tiller and everything while the bow is strung. You don't have to worry about stripping out your threads on aluminum.
Oh, that's cool.
And the tiller and everything, all that's adjustable. It's adjustable laterally too with our ILF inserts. You can move them left and right. If you have a limb that's not quite perfectly straight, you can adjust it to get your string running center line of your bow. So
yeah, a lot of engineering and design that is going into it. So.
No, you guys are just all around. I feel like if it's made out of metal and it's made in America, you guys can make it happen.
Oh yeah.
No,
for sure.
No, that's really cool. I really appreciate you guys coming on the show. Again, like I said, I'm a customer. I have not killed any. Oh, that's not true. I just lied. I was getting ready to say I have not killed anything with your guys' heads, but I did shoot a groundhog in my parents' backyard the other day.
There you go.
So if it's any bit of product testing, guys, I can tell you that 175 grain 2-blade broadhead devastates a groundhog.
Excellent. That's what we like.
I don't think that would necessarily surprise anyone. But all right, very cool. Is there anything that you guys want to mention or anything that you're proud of or anything that you guys got going on that maybe I didn't bring up?
Well, like I say, our broadheads are known for their durability, to be able to be used over and over again and resharpened. We had one gentleman that actually took 21 hogs with the same broadhead before he retired it. So,
yeah, as long as you're putting the edge back on it, I don't see why not. You guys have them Rockwell hardened. They're not hard to sharpen. They're very easy to sharpen broadhead. I don't see why 21 hogs can't happen, as long as you're not banging against rocks and stuff like that. And everyone knows what ribs and shoulder blades on hogs look like. So, from hogs in the South to big game in Africa, there's no reason not to shoot at VPA.
Well, we appreciate that. I know, our customer base is growing each year, and, it's exciting to see with, the very limited marketing and promotions that we do, how kind of just word of mouth and a great product has really been able to be showcased, to so many people. And it's like individuals like yourself that, continue to talk about it and educate others on our product line and kind of what we're doing here. And so that's our hopes for, the rest of this year, and obviously for years to come, is just to continue that momentum and, continue to partner with the right people and provide the best product that we can to our customers.
Yeah, I think it's a good point to bring up, because I didn't see you guys on TV. I'm sure you have ads in magazines and stuff. Maybe I didn't catch them or didn't read them, but I found you via word of mouth. I found you from a guy at my archery club who was ranting and raving about how great your guys' heads were. And that's the thing. If you have happy customers, that's the best marketing team you could possibly have out there.
Oh, absolutely. And it goes, the other way too. So every unhappy customer, they're telling all their friends and family as well. So we try to make sure that we have, 100% customer satisfaction, and, we stand behind our product. And obviously, if somebody's not happy with the product, we make it right for them. But yeah, that's truly how we've been able to grow our business organically. And, I think that's also been able to help us keep a price point that's feasible for, the average hunter out there, where we're not having a huge overhead with, marketing costs and everything like that. Although, it's quite a labor of love to produce these heads. And so we try to keep that in mind as well. Yeah,
exactly, guys. When you guys are, not you guys, VPA, but when people are out there shopping and they're paying, let's just throw a random number, not that it relates to you guys, but $50 for a 3-pack of broadheads, right? And they're buying them from Bass Pro or Cabela's or Walmart or wherever, right? And it's stamped and it's cheap steel and it's a one-time use. You know what you're paying for, guys? You're paying so that those guys on TV can shoot them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're paying for that full-page ad in Peterson's. You're not paying for quality. You're not paying for durability. And you're not paying for blue-collar guys and girls like the boys down in Indiana to make you some awesome kick-ass broadheads.
Well, we appreciate that. So I know, like I said, it's a labor of love for us. So we definitely enjoy doing it, and we're always happy to see happy customers.
That's awesome. Now, one more time, run by your social media and your website, where people can find you guys and where people can purchase broadheads from you.
Yeah, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Definitely check out our website, vparchery.com. And, all of our social media platforms are usually giving weekly updates with, different things that we're doing, or even, different sales that we have going on. Obviously, we're getting close here now to the fall season. So definitely check us out and watch for all the updates to come.
Yep. Here in Michigan, we got about 3 weeks left. So if you guys are out there, you're making that last minute ditch effort, getting all your stuff together, make sure VPA is the pointy end of your stick.
Perfect. Well, we appreciate it so much for, getting our name out there and talking about our product line.
Hey, no problem. It's an absolute honor for me. If your guys was crap, you wouldn't be on the show. So that's all there is to it. So I end the show the same way every week, guys, and I'm sure it's a lifestyle choice that you guys can agree with. I tell everyone, get outdoors. It's a wild place to be. This has been Hoffman's Hunting Heritage, and we'll be back next week.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Hoffman's Hunting Heritage. Get outdoors. It's a wild place to be.